Welcome back to another video, and today we have the 2011 Nissan Rogue, and it's in for a valve cover replacement seal. Well, how do you know you need a valve cover replacement? So look, check that out. It's all dripping down to the bottom, and that's how you see your leaks in your driveway, on the floor. So let's go ahead and replace the entire valve cover. Replace it as one unit. Don't just replace the seal, replace the entire thing. So let me show you the steps. Before you even start, you have to make sure you jack up the engine by the oil pan with a 2x4. So let me show you what I have done here. All right, so here is the setup. I jack under the oil pan, and that oil pan is also leaking, so we're gonna have to also replace that in another video, but that's how you should have it. Give it a few pumps, not a lot, and then you can start. Let's go ahead and remove this air cleaner box assembly. You're gonna need a 10mm socket. You see me taking off the first bolt. Second one is located right next to the throttle body hose. And don't forget to take the hose connected to the airbox cleaner. Get you a nice pair of long needle nose pliers. Take the clamp off carefully and pry open that hose. Next, let's get these two bolts for the ground and then these two bolts for the bracket. You're gonna need a 10mm socket. Next, move on to the coil packs. Make sure you clean them good so you can mark them. I like to mark mines 1 through 4. That way I can put them back where they came from. It's very important you put them back. Once you unplug the connectors, make sure to get your 10mm socket and take that bolt holding the coil pack down. This is how my coil packs look like. I put tape on them, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's go ahead and move on to the harness. Make sure don't break any of the clips, any of the retainers. Be careful on that specific bracket strap. You got to push up, it's going to release. Next, get yourself a set of pliers. Squeeze the tabs from the back. It should release the harness. There are 2 of those clips. Alright, now I'm gonna have to take the hose for the throttle body, just because this bolt right here, it's on the way. So we're gonna have to take the throttle body off. You're gonna see me take it off so I can make some space to remove that bolt. Let's get this out the way and then we'll do the motor mounts. You're going to need a T30 bit to take those bolts for the throttle body. You don't have to take the entire thing off, just loosen the bolts off so it can give you some wiggle room. Next, let's go ahead and focus on the AC lines. You're going to need a 10mm socket to remove that bolt that holds the line in place. There's also 2 clips further down that holds the lines. Take them off, put them to the side. Don't forget to remove your PCV valve hose connected to the valve cover. There are 2 clamps holding it down. Alright, let's move on to the motor mount. We have 5 bolts at the top, 2 are long and 3 are short. So you're gonna need a 16mm socket to get those off. I'm not gonna take them all the way out, I'm just gonna leave them halfway in there. Don't forget about the 3 bolts that are bolted onto the frame. That is a 16mm socket. Next, we're gonna work on that side mount. You're gonna need an 18mm socket, and of course me, I'm gonna use my pipe wrench. So again, if you didn't eat this morning, I don't suggest you doing this because you won't be able to crack this open. But look at me, man, look at those strong forearms, and I cracked it. Let's not forget about that top bolt as well. It's an 18mm, and again, this was on super tight, man. But those forearms came in clutch. Again, like I said, I didn't take those 16mm bolts all the way out just because I knew these 18mm bolts were gonna be kind of tight on there. So that's the reason why. All right, now's the time to pray. Hopefully this engine doesn't just collapse down because this thing moves all over the place. So finish taking those bolts off. You're gonna see your engine move slightly. Don't be worried. It's normal, as long as it is supported by the jack. Now let's go ahead and move on to the bracket itself. There are 5 bolts holding it down. You're gonna need a 14mm socket. The one closest to the platinum intake, you're gonna need a box wrench. It's a little tight fit, but you'll be able to crack it open. Alright, once you take your bolt off, you're gonna want to take the bracket first before taking the actual mount. Otherwise, you're never gonna take it off and you'll be struggling to get it off. So make sure to take the bracket first and then you can take out the mount. So there you go. Also, at this point, I forgot to mention, you're gonna want to take your oil cap off, put a paper towel in there so nothing goes inside. Alright, we're getting ready to get this valve cover out. There are 12 bolts holding this valve cover in place. One of the bolts is actually hidden by that rubber grommet, so you're going to need a 10mm socket to zip these out. Now if you have a rubber mallet laying around, now is the time to use it. Make sure to give it some love taps, but be careful not to hit it too hard. For some reason this valve cover did not want to come off, but it looks like there was a lot of RTV holding it down. Alright, here is the valve cover removed. Just be careful not to get any debris inside the engine. Make sure to clean this off. And then we're going to also add RTV. As you see, there's old RTV from the manufacturer. And then you also have some here I got to clean off. There's some in every corner right there. And then right there as well. Clean this off very well. Take your time. Use some brake cleaner. And then we'll be back with the new valve cover. We're back and we cleaned all the surface. That's as best as I can get it. RTV in the corner, every single corner. Here we have our new valve cover with the seal. So as you see, the seal does come, and then also you have the seals for the spark plugs as well. That's very important. So that's why you need to replace this thing as an entire unit. So I'm gonna link the description below of this part number, so if you guys are looking for something like this, it will be in the description. Now when putting back the valve cover, you got to be very careful not to roll that seal. Make sure that gasket is in place and does not come loose, otherwise you're gonna have a leak. Alright, start putting your bolts back in there. I like to start from the center. I like to torque them from the center and then do like a crisscross pattern. I also torque these bolts down to 8 Newton meters. I'm going to be wrong probably on this one, but I feel more comfortable with this torque setting. Now if you want to be specific, you're more than welcome to look that up on the manual or wherever you can find it. Alright, when putting these bolts back, the 14 mils, I believe they are torqued to 36 foot-pounds. The 16 mils, the ones that go at the top mount, 5 bolts, you're supposed to torque them down to 37 foot-pounds, and then the side mount, you're at, I believe, 73. Don't quote me on that. So make sure you torque these properly, otherwise, you'll probably snap a bolt, and that's not what you want. Alright guys, I'm done with the talking. I'm gonna let the video play out, so everything's self-explanatory. Everything will be put back in reverse order. If you guys have any questions, put them in the description box. I'll get to them. Enjoy the video. And here we have the finished product. The valve cover is in. Everything is put back together. Again, this is not a hard job. The only thing you have to do is jack up the engine a little bit to hold the engine in place and be able to take those engine mounts. Now would be a good time to replace those engine mounts if they're bad. Since you're there, why not replace them? So if you found this video helpful, please hit the like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next video. We need an oil pan for this car, so stay tuned.